Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. The channel where I like to show the properties for sale in the Italian market. In each video, I select a property in a different town in one of the 20 beautiful regions of Italy. All right, so let's start and let me introduce you today's property. In today's video, so we are talking about uh, a house in a small town called Fabbriche di Vergemoli. So we are in Lucca province, Tuscany region. So this is a video for all the Tuscany lovers, which are many in the world anyway, considering that Tuscany is one of the most wanted region by the expats from all over the world. All right, so the asking price for this property is 42,000 euro. So we are in Fabbriche di Vergemoli, this small town. So it's a small town, not a hamlet. So we are talking already about a town which has already main and basic services. The size of the property is 80 square meters, and we're talking about 5 rooms. So this here is the picture of the property. So it looks like an interesting small house, okay, in the beautiful valleys of Tuscany in this small town called Fabbriche di Vergemoli. All right, so let's go on Google Maps to investigate a bit better where the property is. So now, as we see, we are in Tuscany. This is Tuscany. So we are not very far from Pisa. Firenze is, anyway, not very far as well. But anyway, as we see here, here is Lucca. So we are in Lucca province. Okay, Lucca, one of the most beautiful towns or cities of Italy, I have to say. Then, anyway, I'm zooming in a bit more. So basically, we are not very far from Lucca. And in the meantime, we are anyway in the beautiful valleys around, anyway, the valley that is driving from Lucca up to Ponte a Moriano, Borgo a Mozzano, Bagni di Lucca, Fornaci di Barga, and so on. Anyway, this is a quite inhabited area, okay, where we can find all the main services. Now, the property that I found today, anyway, is in a small town in between this valley here. And so let's zoom in a bit more. Let's go 3D. So this town in between beautiful valleys, beautiful forests, beautiful woods. Then as we see, it's not really a farming area because I don't see many farming plots. But anyway, so let's zoom in a bit more simply to understand what do we have in this town. Anyway, touristic area. People love to visit these small towns in Tuscany. Okay, La Garfagnana. Okay, anyway, so basically, as we see, we have restaurants, we have B&Bs, we have pharmacy. So basically, grocery shop. So basically, we have all the basic services that we might need anyway in a small town like Fabbriche di Vergemoli. Okay, so restaurant, bars. Here I see a grocery shop in the older part of the town. Then we have a bridge with a river passing by, and the other side, anyway, of the town. Okay, so now let's go back to Idealista simply to show you anyway that I found this property in one of my videos where I was searching for the cheapest properties for sale in Lucca province, and under the selected filters I found 122 houses for sale. The filters that I have selected are only Lucca province, maximum 60,000 euro, only houses, no auction properties, minimum 2 rooms, and properties in a good condition. Then, if you're interested to have a look in this search, I always share this link here under the description of the video, which I always copy and paste. And so then you can have a look yourself about these 122 houses that I found under these selected filters. Okay, finally, let's go back to our property here, the property that I found for you today. And so, my friends, anyway, this is the time that I advertise a bit my channel. Put like and subscribe if you like this type of contents. It helps my channel to grow, it increases the visibility, and anyway, just only if you appreciate this type of videos, this type of format. All right, so let's go and let's read the description of the property. Now, townhouse, free on three sides. So we are talking about a semi-detached house built on the ancient walls of a characteristic medieval village located in the Fabbriche di Vergemoli area. The house is set on two levels and consists of ground floor with an entrance, living room, kitchen, hallway, double bedroom, and a bathroom. So this is just everything is on the ground floor. So we are talking about 80 square meters. Now we have the entrance, living area, kitchen, hallway, corridor, double bedroom, and a bathroom. Then we have a basement. So the basement, two rooms for cellar use, and a small closet with access from the outside. So there is a separate entrance anyway for the basement. The property has an area of about 80 square meters and is equipped with a courtyard and garden of about 30 square meters with a beautiful panoramic view on the surrounding hills. So anyway, I picked this property because generally it's not easy to find properties with let's say inexpensive properties with low budget with courtyard or garden in this area. This one I mainly selected because anyway the beautiful garden with a beautiful view on the surrounding hills. The property is in good condition. It only needs some maintenance works. Yes, because overall, on this channel, I'm always looking for properties that are less as possible in need of renovation works. Heating, wood burning fireplace. In the village, there is a restaurant, while several shops, service, and other restaurants and bars are located in the capital of the municipality, about 5 kilometers away. So while several shops, services, and other restaurants and bars are located in the capital of the municipality, about 5 kilometers away. Distances: Lucca 40 kilometers, Pisa 60 kilometers, Florence 100 kilometers, Versilia, the seaside, 60 kilometers, Abetone ski slopes 60 kilometers, all 60 kilometers. Also because in this area between Tuscany and Emilia-Romagna, we also find ski slopes. All right, then basic features: village house, two floors, 80 square meters built, 5 rooms, one bathroom, 30 square meters garden, good condition, storage room, orientation south, individual heating. So this is important. We need to inspect because in the advertising it says only fireplace, so it's only heated by fireplace. Then we have private garden. Okay, let's see the price per square meter before we go to have a look at the pictures. So 525 euro per square meter. This is the asking price. I mean, this is the price per square meter on top of the 42,000 euro as the asking price. Okay, let's go finally to have a look at the pictures. Okay, let's enter in the core of the video. All right, so basically, this is the house. Okay, now if I have to judge by this picture, by the exterior, I have to say that anyway, okay, the house develops only on one level, only on the ground floor, but here mainly I would focus on the roof, which is in a good condition. It looks like it was renovated not long time ago. So basically, to start from a house which has a roof in a good condition, that's always a must. That's always one of the things that I'm checking when I'm searching for a property, for an inexpensive property for sale. Okay, so basically now here we are around the house. Okay, if I go back now, I'm trying to understand. So here we have the entrance, okay, of the garden. Then we see the main entrance door. So probably the following picture is the part that develops on the right hand side of the house. So here, where we see this lovely garden, then where we see the roof, as I said, in a good condition. We have windows. I think here we are on the rear side of the house. The rear side, yes. So has triple exposure because it's free on three sides. Okay, so basically, okay, this is the side of the house just after the gate from the road, from the main road, because I see this basin here with the tap. And if we go here, if I go back, we see on the left hand side of the picture that we have this sink with the tap. So basically, the following picture is taken anyway on the right side of the sink. So here we are, and this is the neighboring house. Let's go back one second. So yes, we have a wall here from the neighboring house. Let's keep moving. Okay, so here we have a little street, so probably where the property is. And we see anyway that we are in the middle of a beautiful medieval hamlet, medieval town. Okay, all the houses made with stones, so all typical ancient typical stone houses, beautiful flowers. So I see people love to look after. So that means that I can already say that we are in a lovely neighborhood. Okay, so basically here we are again from the main entrance. On the left hand side we have the main entrance. Let's say here we have the gate, and then we see windows with new blinds, new main door, new main entrance door, also the roof in a good condition. Then I didn't point the attention anyway to the beautiful valleys around. So we are immersed, full immersion in nature for people anyway who are interested in properties, let's say, uh, immersed in nature. Now here, picture of of a dining area. Okay, so dining area with a fireplace, bright window. It does, okay, the lights of the lamp are on. I can see the reflection, but anyway, it looks as well kind of bright room anyway. Obviously, to take better pictures, it's always good to keep the lights on anyway, and also windows. Here, they're not even, the curtains, as we see, are not even properly open. Now, I noticed that there are new radiators here. New radiators. So here we already disagree with the description where it says that the heating system is given through the fireplace. Now, if I have radiators, means there is a heating system in the house. That's for sure. Maybe only needs to be installed to install a new gas boiler. All right. Or maybe easy, even if, let's say, even if we don't have a gas boiler, here could be easily made thermal fireplace. Okay, wood thermal fireplace, which gives hot water, which provides hot waters to the radiators. And so that's the best way in this area. Once you are in woods, not far from woods, the best way to heat the house is through woods. That's what the Italian people do, who lives in these small towns or hamlets close to woods and forests. Okay, here we have a small kitchen. Now, one picture with a window, lovely window, bright enough. All right, now the kitchen is not big. I see more like a kitchenette, but overall, I see a kitchen in a good condition. Now, the furniture of the kitchen obviously is not brand new, but I see the tiles on the wall. There is a switch here under the cabinets, the kitchen cabinets. So I guess also the, the electrical system is in a good condition. So 42,000 euro is the asking price. I think it's also possible anyway to deal in this type of property. Okay, here we are in the master bedroom. Master bedroom, which is all, I mean, there's one bedroom. So it says living area, kitchen, bedroom, hallway, and bathroom. So the house is not really big. It says 80 square meters, but I don't know, should be investigated a bit better. It looks a tiny bit smaller than 80 square meters. But we also have radiators, and they've been installed under the windows. So I guess that the heating system was upgraded or installed recently. I'd say no more than 10 years ago. Then I see that the house has been well kept, the structure is solid, uh, window frames are in a good condition. The floor tiles, we cannot see much up to now. Let's go back. Anyway, the good thing I can tell you then, if you follow the link under the description, because I always share the link of this house, you can see yourself. Uh, if I'm not showing properly, you can search yourself by just following the link under the description. The floor tiles are not the best I ever seen, but at least they're all the same for all the house and they're not in a bad condition. Okay, anyway, here we are in the bedroom, spacious enough. Okay, so here we have, let's start to understand a bit the structure of the house. So as soon as we enter, we have this space with the dining table. Okay, if I go back, here we can see a bit better the floor tiles. Nothing special, but at least I won't change them. I would keep them as they are. Then I don't understand from which room this picture is taken. Looks like it's taken from a corridor. But so here we have the main entrance door, and then we have this living area, dining space with fireplace. Now I go back simply to understand. So on the left of the window, we have 2 meters, 2 meters and a half before. On the left, we have the main entrance. Then we see a lot of furniture. I cannot really understand the size. Obviously, it's not extremely big, but I would like to understand. I would make more like living space, but depends because obviously, if the kitchen doesn't have a dining table has to stay in the house. Okay, here we have a corridor. So the picture here, this picture, we see the mirror here on the right. Now here the mirror is on the left. Anyway, overall, the structure of the house is in a good condition. I see the switches here for the lights are also okay. So electrical system, I judge it in a positive way. The bathroom, also here we have the bathroom, which is in a good condition. I'd say around it has been renovated, let's say around 20 years ago, because over more than 25 years, generally they have the tank for the water here, nearly above the ceiling. Now here we don't have it in the wall, inside the wall, which is the new generation. So I say it was renovated between 20 and 25 years ago. For sure, the heating system is much newer than the bathroom itself. We have bath tube. Anyway, bright with window, nice and cozy, tidy, clean, in order, nothing damaged. Okay, now here we are on the ground floor, on the in the basement. Let's say what they call it, the basement. And okay, it's an interesting space. They have a kind of second kitchen here. So this space had been used. Okay, we have a window. I thought this basement was sold just as a cellar without windows, but it looks like here we have a small second unit, all right, which I would make it more like a living area. Now, it's a pity that there's no internal, you cannot commute to this area internally from the house. It has a separate entrance, okay, but it's an extra space. And here we have the cellar, where they keep old bottles of wine. I would ask if they're gonna sell me the property with the bottles of wine. I would take it straight away. Maybe we have few expensive bottles here, and it looks like they've been well kept because bottles of wine always should be kept horizontally and rotating time to time. Very important to rotate. All right, to be sure that the cork, anyway, there's no air going through the cork. If the bottle is horizontal, then you have the wine that goes in contact with the cork. All right, this because I used to be a wine specialist, a wine expert a while ago in my life, in my previous life before Montemilone. I sold a lot of wine. Then here we have also another window, but this part, so it looks like there are three rooms in the basement. This area here has a cellar, storage, and pantry. Here we have a second room with the window, and here we have the room with the main entrance. Okay, so here we see the gate close. So now what I can say, I was expecting the property to be a tiny bit bigger by the square meters. I think they included in the size of the property, they also included the sellers because in my opinion, anyway, the property looks okay here. Let's go quickly back and let's do a recap. Anyway, we have a lovely garden, first of all. Roof is in a good condition. Blinds are new. Window frames are in a good condition. In a lovely area. Now, so we have a dining living area, let's say. We have a small kitchen, which I don't see a dining table. Pity. Maybe they could have taken a better picture of the kitchen. We have a bedroom. We have the corridor. And then we have the bathroom. So, small house. Here, I'd say this, for me, this area, for me, the 80 square meters, I don't know if it's included the ground and the basement floor. Because for me, this property looks a bit smaller than 80 square meters, unless they haven't shown a part of the house. But also, this basement has has a potential. Then, anyway, we saw the radiators in all the rooms. Then here, heating. I won't just go back to the heating. Wood burning fireplace, but not only because we saw anyway the radiators. You don't install radiators if you don't. I mean, if they're not connected with a gas boiler or anyway a boiler. Could be a diesel one, doesn't matter, but Anyway, an alternative way to heat the house. There is also a small space used as an attic, only available as a storage place because I see the height is quite low, so it's not really a livable space. All right, my friends, let's go back here to Google Maps. Now, it's a pity that they are not showing the exact location, so the seller is not disclosing the right location. Now, let's see the distances. For example, now, if from Fabbriche di Vergemoli we want to reach this area, this inhabited area, let's say we have Ghivizzano, Piano di Coreglia, Bolognano, Fornaci di Barga, Gallicano. Okay, so where we have bigger grocery shops. Let's go for Ghivizzano. Let's see how far we are from Ghivizzano. Okay, let's refresh the page here. Ghivizzano. So it's taken a bit a long time to charge the page. So anyway, 16 minutes to drive from Fabbriche di Vergemoli down to Ghivizzano. So 16 minutes driving. So then we have Piano di Coreglia, this area here, which is inhabited. So mainly that's where we have main shops, all right, in this area. Fornaci di Barga. Okay, so let's zoom out. Okay, then here we have the train station that brings us down to Lucca. So there is a train connection. There are also buses. So obviously you have many daily buses that are driving to Lucca. Probably there are a lot of people who work in Lucca are living in this area and they commute daily down this road. All right, so now let's see straight away. Then we have a few towns after Ghivizzano. We have Bagni di Lucca, Borgo a Mozzano, Ponte a Moriano. But let's go straight away to Lucca. I guess 45 minutes, 49. 49 minutes and we are in Lucca. So let's say 45. So 30 minutes from this area, from Piano di Coreglia down to Lucca is around 30 minutes, plus another 15-20 to drive inside the valley here. Okay, then let's see Pisa. I would add another half an hour. So to Pisa, we are 1 hour and 16 minutes. And then let's see if we want to go to the seaside, Viareggio. Okay, to Viareggio, 1 hour and 19 minutes. If we drive in the opposite direction through the mountains, if we want to take a more comfortable road, it's longer, the more kilometers, but anyway, we see that the longest takes 1 hour and 26 minutes, but it's 63 kilometers. Here it's 47, but takes 1 hour and 19. So I would go for the longer one, simply because the time is nearly the same. Anyway, so these are the distances anyway to the main locations around the town. Then we might focus on Firenze. Let's say on a day you want to drive to Firenze. Let's see how long it takes to drive to Florence. 2 hours and 4 minutes. Okay. All right, my friends. So now after this, let's go in Ponte a Moriano, Fabbriche di Vergemoli, Ponte a Moriano, and let's do a bit of Google Street View. Okay. Okay, let's start from this area. via Campaccio. Let's start from the square where we have the buses, kind of bus station. Okay, no chance to go. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so here we are in the beautiful Garfagnana valleys. Okay. Maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't remember if this is Garfagnana or Lumigiana. But anyway, let's see. Here we have two roads. I'd say I should have taken the other one. Okay. Let's see what else we find in this small town. They say there is a pharmacy. We have grocery shops. Okay. I think I should drive down the road here, but it doesn't allow me. Okay, let's go back and let's investigate a bit better. Let's go 3D. Let's go here. So in this area, we have the town. Here we have the grocery shop. Okay, we have Ponte della Dogana. Okay, let's go from here. Okay, here we have a better view of this lovely town. All right. Oh, for example, I see people that are swimming in the river. I don't know if you can see, but there are two people here. In Italy, we do in the mountain area. If there are, let's say, big puddles where it's possible to swim in the rivers, we always do. It's very enjoyable, in particular during the summer. And here, I think there are few spots used also by tourists who like to enjoy to swim in the rivers. I used to do in Piemonte mountains many areas, many spots where it's possible to swim in the rivers when you are too far from the sea. Now, here they're not very far, but it's also pleasant anyway to swim in the rivers. In particular, in this area, rivers are very clean. Anyway, we have a beautiful town. Okay, now I won't go deep too much inside. Anyway, we have shops. Let's see if they allow me. Okay, here we have a grocery shop, alimentari, post office, parking space. For sure there are bars because I see already many cars, so I guess it's a touristic area. Here we have small local grocery shop. All right, my friends, so I see many cars parked. Means a lot of people are coming here in this area, or for walks in the woods, or to enjoy the river during the summer. Okay, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video, this property. Let's go back 1 second. Now, I wish it was a tiny bit bigger, this property. Maybe I would try, if I have to buy, if I like this property, in particular because the location, I like the location, I like the condition of the house, I might use it maybe as just a holiday home, I would try to offer 35, I'd say. I know it's hard because, anyway, the houses here are generally sold, in particular if they have low prices. Now, for a couple, this could be a perfect holiday home, or let's say, even, why not, uh, for a pensioner or for someone who likes to live all the year around in the middle of the nature, let's say, this could be a perfect, maybe also potential as a B&B, as a short-term rental accommodation. Okay, my friends, I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel tomorrow for another video in the beautiful Italy. Bye!